to play. And we're going to sing our song. And I've been talking to them about making sure they open their mouths. Instead of singing very small, they open their mouths. So you might want to watch your child and see if they are opening their mouths. 1, 2, here we go. The ground is all covered in cold winter snow. The mitten looks warm and it's dry. I must go. Make room for me, make room for me, and warm the Halloween. So you'll get to hear some of that. We've also learned, besides doing a steady beat, we've also worked on rhythm. And rhythm is the way the... What's rhythm? Rhythm is the way the... And our unpitched percussion instruments are going to be playing the rhythm of the words. Let's just practice or do Mole Comes Creeping. Ready now. And as I said, everyone has had the opportunity to try both playing the beat on xylophones and playing the rhythm, which is the way the... Do you think your parents know that now? Yes. Let's ask your parents. Parents, what is rhythm? Give them a hand. You just taught them something. And I did promise that I would let them wave their parents. So let me get out of the way. Go ahead and wave to your parents. Make sure you can find them. I think we've got everybody. Okay, and we are ready. It's me again, sorry, man. You're so good. And things happen, right? Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to begin the performance by the second graders of The Mitten by Jan Brett.
Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them.
After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind.
A mole, tired from tumbling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. She stopped for a moment to admire her winter coat. It was then that she saw the mitten and wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big teachers, he moved over.
Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. She's been having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat. She decided to move into the mitten to warm herself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room.
As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When she decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glib talons, they quickly let her in. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb.
It started snowing, but the animals were snug in a mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made her feel drowsy. The fox poked her muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw her shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room.
A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all clumped up, not being one to be left out in the cold. He began to nose his way in. The animals were packed as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with the bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bumped to many times its size, but Babu's good mitten held fast. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wiggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on the top of the great bear's nose.
The bear was tickled by the mouse's whiskers and gave an enormous sneeze. The force of the sneeze shot the mitten straight up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Ah, ah,
On his way home, Mickey saw a white shape in the distance. It was his lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens.
Make room for me, and warm will all be.
The end.
You're good.
Oh, we do have. Okay, animals. Would you take that very large